Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Polani. Well, over the weekend, last week in fact, into the weekend, so many different, well, when I say too many, one or two is too many, but we had up to three, notable deaths, surprising, relatively young men. But then the latest was Senator Isiaka Adeleke, the senator representing Osun West. Well, it was so surprising because he had been at events very, very shortly before he actually passed on. Surprisingly, reportedly, according to the papers, he had been at an APC meeting. Some people say he had been at a social meeting. In any case, he did pass on. The man died, and that led to tension. Maybe his supporters suspecting foul play, but the family reportedly has said that it was a heart problem. In any case, we have our reporter, Ibrahim Alege, in front of his house in Osun State, and he also is reporting that the situation is tense. We'll go over to our, correspondent. Actually, he is on phone. But before that, Ibrahim can hold on for a wee bit so that I can tell us that our guests this morning are Majid Jamil, journalist, and Ahmed Moyosore Deji. He's a political affairs analyst. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming on the program. Now, let's hear from Ibrahim Alege, our correspondent in Osun. Good morning, Ibrahim.
Yes, good morning, Yori.
Now, I understand you're in front of, the late Senator Adeleke's house. Is that correct?
I'm actually inside the compound now.
So what is it like? Give us some sort of a visual.
Well, the situation is actually tense here because of the fact that some politicians that the supporters of Adeleke suspect to be his opposition came in, and they are not happy that they are here, and that's why they actually tried to lynch some of them, not even minding the fact that there are some governors from Southwest here, like the likes of Bikunle Amosun of Ogun State and Akeredolu of Ondo State. They tried to lynch Idiat Babalola, who is actually the special assistant to the governor on federal matters. They believe that during the life of Senator Isiaka Adeleke, she was opposed to Senator Adeleke. So the youth are actually on rampage. They are about lynching him, if not for the younger brother of Senator Adeleke, talking about the Adeleke who rescued her, and with the governors who are on ground trying to calm the fray now. But the youth will not allow that until the woman, I think she's been whisked out of the compound now. It's still tense. They're still trying to calm people down.
Ibrahim, why do you think there's all of that tension? I mean, is it as a result of his political ascendancy and, contrasting forces? What do you think is the idea?
Yes, the youth are actually, fingering politics. As a result of his death. They're thinking that his death has to do with politics, and because they believe that he has a better chance for the 2018 gubernatorial election in Osun State, and they feel maybe this is the reason why that he was sacrificed, according to them. So that's why anybody they feel is a political opponent to Senator Isiaka Adeleke, such a person is not welcome here. Even within the same political party, within the APC, you know that the state is being governed by the APC, and this woman we are talking about is an appointee of the state government, of course APC too. They are saying because they are not possibly in the same faction, and they're not happy about some of them, and they're not happy with them. So that's why they are actually angry. They feel that his death has some sort of a political undertone. Has
there been any official party reaction to the sad news?
Yes, the APC in Osun State issued a statement yesterday mourning Senator Isiaka Adeleke, and they said that they've lost one of the leaders of the party. So the party is actually not happy that the man is gone, and they're saying that they're going to miss him dearly. So that's the official statement from the party. The party is actually sympathizing with the people of Ede and, of course, the people of Osun State.
Regarding the whole matter of his desires for the 2018 governorship elections, that was still in the realm of speculation, perhaps, because there hasn't been any official announcement. In any case, APC has to endorse it.
Yes, there hasn't been any official declaration of interest, but Since it's, I think, a little over a year before we have the elections, there's been, underground campaign. People will be thinking of those who will come out, and the fact that most people are thinking that the next governor should come from Osun West. So for that reason, most of the youth in there, they believe that Isiaka Adeleke stands a better chance, perhaps above all others who are planning to contest against him. So for that reason, they feel, they feel undone, if I may use their words, that they are not expecting that he will die by this time around. So that's why they are changing politics, possibly as a result, as the reason why it's done now.
Indeed. You say, Ibrahim, that you are inside his premises, his compound right now. Yes. But things have been calmed, probably?
Yes. I think the woman has been whisked outside. As a result, the youth are calming down for now. They are just trying to commence the program now because the burial ceremony was actually slated for 10 a.m. And we look at the time now, by my watch, it's past 10 already. So they are trying to be moving things on ground. They are expecting that the cops will be brought out, but the situation needs to be calmed down before the cops can be brought out.
Indeed, because Ibrahim, just before you go, as a Muslim, he's expected to be buried within 24 hours, right? But there are reasons why that. We understand that some people wanted an autopsy. How does all of that go?
Yes, it was brought in yesterday afternoon for burial because of the speculation that he was probably poisoned. He had to be taken to the Laduke Akintola University Teaching Hospital for autopsy before it could be buried. But I understand that he was later brought in late last night for the proper burial today. So that was actually what delayed the burial. So that's why the burial didn't take place this morning. It was expected to take place by 4 p.m. yesterday after Colossal Access, but that couldn't happen.
And was there any official coroner's verdict on what had happened?
Well, it's not been made public. To my knowledge, I'm not aware yet. But all they're just trying to do is just to calm people down, let's perform the burial right. Thereafter, every other thing could follow.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Our man, Ibrahim Alega in Osun State, and he'll keep us posted on the matters as they develop. And now back to studio where we have Majid Jamil, journalist, and Ahmed Moyosore Deji, political affairs analyst. Starting off with Ahmed, did you're a politician yourself, did you have any dealings with him over the years, decades?
No, yes, especially Dipo, the late Dipo Famakinwa.
Okay, you're going back to one of those. That's the Director General of Development Agenda for Western Nigeria. Don.
Dipo Famakinwa.
Yeah, but we never mentioned it. Okay. We were talking about.
No, I thought we are just.
Okay. But especially in relation to.
I'm just worried. You see, what is happening at Adele right now.
Yes.
I've experienced it before when the governor elect of Kogi, Abubakar Audu, died. I was fortunate to be among those people who were present there because we were there during the election and we had to follow Honorable Faleke, who was the then deputy governor, and the kind of emotion people will be expressing, you can't blame them because most of these figures are people they hitherto look up to for one reason or the other, maybe doling out welfare of things and whatever, and some people will find it very, very hard to believe just immediately that what has happened
was indeed an act of God.
But as Muslims, we believe that nobody can touch anybody unless it is with the knowledge and approval of Allah.
Okay,
so
indeed. Well, let's go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue. Maybe we'll look at what the conspiracy theories are all about. Stay with us, please. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're looking at the demise of Senator Isiaka Adeleke, the sitting senator representing Osun West, died suddenly, and that has led to some sort of tension amidst stories of, not so much a story as a conspiracy theory. Majid, the conspiracy theory, Ahmed alluded to the fact that these kind of things will happen, but here, what do you think? Why law and order almost broke down, perhaps even did momentarily?
You know, I want to commiserate with the people of Osun State, the family and close associates of late Isiaka Adeleke, former governor and 3-time senator. Having said that, in this part of the world, we don't believe anything is natural, especially when it comes to death. Even if you are 90, people will still feel that you have a right to live till eternity. Like Malam Jaji said, it could be death is very, very painful because it's so much of a finality. But as a Muslim, it's a test. Death is a test of our faith in Almighty Allah. That's why whenever a death occurs, even for a 1-year-old, we say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. It is from you, Almighty Allah, that we came and we are going to return back to you. So, but having that in mind, just like he said about Abubakar Audu, he was about to be pronounced winner.
And then this went and happened.
And it happened.
Permit me to interrupt you for a while because we have Samuel Okolawo on the line. Mr. Okolawo is the Director General Bureau of Communications and Strategy in the office of the Governor of the State of Osun. Good morning, Samuel. Good morning, Mr. Okolawo.
Good morning, Samuel.
Okay, thank you very much for taking our call. I mean, this is shocking news, no doubt. Has the governor released a statement? What's the feeling from the official point of view? That connection is not very good. It's a phone. Oh, Mr. Kolao. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Okay. Okay, you haven't heard us. We've been speaking to you for a while. This is sad news. What's the official reaction from the governor?
Hello.
Mr. Kolao. Okay, that was not a very good line. Maybe we'll see if we can reconnect. We were actually hearing ourselves as we were speaking. But yeah, conspiracy theories. Unofficially, it is thought that he was interested in the next governorship election in Osun State. Interesting. He's been something about adventurous political traveler, talking about movements from party to party. We were talking before coming on air. You were telling me about starting out way back in SDP.
Coincidentally, I'm very familiar with Osun politics because my wife is from Iwo, where he visited last night. He attended a senatorial meeting.
We understand that Kolawon is back. Let's see if we can. Hello, Mr. Kolawon.
Hello.
Okay, good morning. Would you like to give us the governor's reaction to this sad news? It must be a network issue. So please, Majid.
Yeah, so like I said, my wife is from Iwo, so I'm very familiar with politics in and around of Osun State. Isiaka Adeleke is being alleged to be very much interested in the gubernatorial race.
He has been governor before, by the way. It needs to be said.
Yes, he's been governor under SDP.
Mm-hmm. This was in the Babangida era?
Yes, 1992.
Yes.
And he was governor for about 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went into the Senate under I think 2007, 2 times. And he also was a candidate with Omishore in 2015. So
before having to decamp.
Yeah,
because
after
he died as a member. He died as a member of APC.
APC. There was a problem during that primary. He was edged out. Eventually emerged. So, in annoyance, he left with his supporters. Came to APC. APC compensated him with the senatorial ticket, which he won with a landslide. He's a strong man in Osun politics. He's believed, they gave him that Sheribawan name because you see him as an underdog, but then he'll come and defeat you. So he actually, people thought that he stands a very good chance in the race to 2018. So you can imagine those who
have been working for that purpose.
And I saw some pictures flying on social media, branded vehicles of it's a campaign, branded campaign vehicles of for the 2018 ambition. I mean, I saw about 2 on social media. I don't know if they are photoshopped because a lot of things happen on social media these days. But then I know that it was alleged that the meeting he had 2 functions in Osun yesterday. One at Ile-Ogbo, very in the outskirts of Iwo. He also attended a marriage ceremony right in Iwo, where he sat with the deputy governor. That was on Saturday. After that, he left for Ede, and I learned he complained of stomach upset around 2 a.m. But I learned his private doctor came in around 10:30. He was complaining of some pains in the leg. The doctor treated him, only to come back yesterday morning, Sunday morning, and it was the doctor that discovered that he was lifeless.
Indeed. Let's try Mr. Okolawon again. Mr. Semil Okolawon, DG, Bureau of Communications and Strategy, Office of the Governor of the State of Osun. Good morning, Mr. Okolawon.
Good morning, Mr. Yori.
Oh, thank you very much for now we have a good connection. Is there a statement from the Governor's office?
Of course, there was a statement yesterday where we expressed the shock on the incident of the death of Senator Isiaka Adeleke.
It is thought that he was, going to run vigorously for, governorship at the next election. All of that maybe might have fed into what some are now referring to as a conspiracy theory, because there was an almost give us the report about whether or not there was a breakdown of law and order and whether or not things are under control now.
Yeah, the place is calm now. Yeah, of course, in the heat of the moment, there was a bit of an attempt on a breach of the peace in the area, but of course the security agencies moved fast to restore normalcy in the area, and everywhere is calm now.
Do people actually know what happened? We understand there was an autopsy. Is there an official line now? Because, as you know, in pepper soup joints, so to speak, they're talking about he might have been poisoned, and that might have led to the anger.
You see, under situations like this, you can't rule out all manners of insinuations and all that. But you see, in civilized societies, what's required is the kind of thing that has been ordered. I mean, the autopsy required, demanded for by the family, and of course encouraged also by the government, so that all forms of insinuations, everything will be laid to rest. And I think that has been done. And that is why it is possible for him to now be buried today.
Yes, indeed, we can imagine. Maybe one has to be sensitive and careful about these matters, but his passing on, it probably will affect the political equation in Osun State as it affects the governor's office, running for governor in the future and all of that.
Sorry, I couldn't get it.
You didn't get me?
I didn't get you.
Okay, I was saying that the passing on of Senator Adeleke probably will affect the political landscape as it affects future running for the governor's office.
I think in memory of the departed, I think we should leave all politics for now, because the state is still in shock. The entire people of the state they are in shock. The government is in shock. We are all in shock.
Indeed.
And I think to do something good to the memory of the departed, I think we should leave all those aspects now and let us all join hands in honoring the departed. Senator Adeleke was a grassroots politician. He was a man of his people. He loved his people. He governed his people for almost 2 years in this state. And he was also serving them as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria when this unfortunate incident happened. I think we should be sensitive to the feelings for now.
Indeed.
And leave politics out of this.
Relations
let us all mourn our collective.
Were relations quite cordial with Government House in Osun?
There was no problem between Senator Isiaka Adeleke and Governor Rauf Aregbesola and the entire government of the state of Osun. He worked assiduously for the re-election of Governor Rauf Aregbesola, and all along they've been in very good terms, and there's no reason for them, to have anything to disagree upon up until his death.
Indeed. Well, let's leave it there. As you say, condolences to the people of Osun and indeed, Government House, who have lost an ally. Thank you very much, Mr. Semio Okolawon, DG, Bureau of Communications and Strategy.
Thank you, Mr. Falana.
All right, then. Pleasure. So, we're going to a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, please, because we'll include your calls when we come back. Senator Isiaka Adeleke, now of blessed memory, suddenly, and it's led to tensions. In fact, in the aftermath of the news, there was a breakdown of law and order. It's been brought under control now, as we are hearing, but things are still tense, as our reporter Ibrahim Alege told us at the top. And then when it was quite hot, shall we say, any vehicle that was marked with WWD license plate, which I understand designates Iwo area, was very, very likely to be attacked. What's this whole Iwo problem, where when passions were high, people were attacking those of Iwo origin? What's going on there? Fortunately for us, you tell us that you're quite familiar with what's going on there.
Yoruba people will say, I mean, there's a linkage.
That proverb, were the people of Iwo against his plans?
I think there has been this speculation that the next governor should come from Iwo.
Okay.
They haven't really taken a shot at governorship. And there are some prominent politicians from Iwo. And by share...
The secretary to the government?
The SSG.
The SSG is
from Iwo.
From Iwo.
And Ireland is also interested in the governorship seat. So also Fatai Akimade, who is also former SSG, I guess, from Iwo too, is also interested. And there are so many other contenders from Iwo.
Heavyweight, so to speak.
Unfortunately so, and probably I would say by sheer coincidence, Adeleke's last known social outing was at Iwo, where I read in some reports he was alleged to have taken a piece of meat at one of the functions. So his aide said. But all this, like I said earlier, are mere conjectures. You see, we are all in a box.
Because his family reportedly has said that there were heart issues.
Issues, yes.
Heart issues.
Like I said, they are mere conjectures. We are all like in a BRT bus. And when the time is right, everybody will drop at his bus stop, maybe at age 40, at age 49, 62, or wherever. But that death must be ascribed to something.
Yes, yes.
I mean,
people will...
As it were, he died in his sleep. The doctor came and said, to fulfill all righteousness, let's take him to the hospital, where he was confirmed dead, because at land it was the doctor that came in the morning and found his lifeless body. So, but people are bound to ascribe death to certain things, because well, now it's not his time, and I mean, he's destined to go and be governor again. But I think we should always reflect on the kind of death, I mean, that happened to Abubakar Audu.
Okay. So, Ishak is calling in from Jos. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Yori.
Thank you for calling in.
Good morning to your two guests in the studio.
Good morning, sir.
I want you to condemn the family of the late Senator Ishak Adeleke. That's my namesake. May Allah grant him as benefit of.
Amen.
And I don't want to use this medium to appeal to his lovers. If they truly believe that life belongs to God, it's only God. That's one thing we all share in common. Death is inevitable. We must all pass through it. You know, there are circumstances in which everybody will die and differ. But if they truly love him, I want to appeal to him that they should, the only thing he needs from them now is prayer, not suspicious. Whatever they do will not bring this life back. So I want to appeal to them that they should treat him. I saw it on me 10 yesterday that even a journalist was attacked, his camera was scattered. And this thing is uncalled for. So that is my take. I want to appeal to them to please eschew the violence and pray for him. May Allah grant him as benefit those.
Indeed.
That is my take.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ishak, for calling in. Malam Deji, I don't know, sometimes in different climes they talk about black on black violence. This is Yoruba on Yoruba violence. But what's going on there? You know, this is...
you see, like Majid has just explained, the political equation. I agree with Semil Okolawan that in, you know, for respect,
we have to be mindful of the memory.
But life must go on.
Sure.
Whether we like it or not. And as Muslims, we've been told when he gives you, you are clapping. When he takes from you too, feel the same way. Just thank him. Thank Allah for his mercies. So as it is happening now, we just have to be mindful of the fact that it will not be easy. Not everybody will understand what it takes, what we call Iman. Not everybody has got it.
Sure.
Even the prophet himself, when he was alive, God did something to him that he lost his cool. And he had to be called back that, my friend, remember that you are a messenger. You know, so as human beings, and I'm very happy, Osun State is predominantly Muslim state. Yeah. So we should look at these issues in that perspective. Nobody can take any human being's life, because Allah says, you know, a single drop of leaf from a tree cannot drop without my knowledge.
Without his consent and
knowledge. So
okay.
I'll just appeal to our people to take it easy.
Mr. Benga in Kaduna, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, thank you for calling in. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my advice for the people of Adele for now is to calm down. As the other speaker has spoken, Mr. Deji, that is God has own life. But just believe that nobody take away Ishak Adeleke's life. It's God. And because if it's not God, Ishak has been their first executive governor, senator, 2 terms. You see, they just believe in God that it's God's doing. All these ranking, violence cannot solve the issue. The man in question has gone, and there's nothing he can do. They should forget about politics now. They should forget about politics now. They should just, they just focus on future. They don't need all those things. You see, it's God given, God take it. The position, God that gives the position. It's God that appoints his people. If God had destined that Adeleke will be their next governor, he will not die yesterday.
Indeed.
So just believe that.
Indeed. Thank you very much for calling in. There's actually little more than we can really say about this particular incident. And, you know, Senator Isiaka Adeleke, who was chair of the Committee on INEC in the Senate, the, you know, Independent National Electoral Commission, you know, may his soul rest in peace, you know, at the end of the day. And the other tough one, there's government, his trademark hat. The other thing was, maybe one can now speak about Depo Famakinwa, which was another shocking one when the news hit town, that the Director General, Depo Famakinwa, away from, you know, former Governor Adeleke now, away from him, and that was also, well, people that know him might also be aware of other aspects. Maybe he had been managing a situation, but to a lot of us, we just knew him as the workaholic Director General of Development Agenda for Western Nigeria, who was passionate about integrating Nigeria's Southwest for its own good. Again, Malam Deji, you were very, very familiar with Mr. Famakinwa.
Well, you know, Depo and I were on the same street for good 12 years. He was a landlord. He had his own house. I was a tenant about 3 buildings away from his own. But because of the banking background we had, we interacted a lot. And when he became the Director General too of Dawn Commission, we used to discuss a lot. And I told him recently that, Depo, please take it easy. And so
he was a workaholic. He was passionate about this idea, and I think that showed. He didn't let up. Anything about him? Are you?
Yes, such an energetic. I first had an encounter with him in 2010 when I was special advisor to Governor Kaode Fahimi in Ekiti State, when he muted the idea of the development agenda for Western Nigeria. Actually, it was his idea. And you know, since then, we've been very close. Even after out of government, I saw him as somebody that is very passionate about the economic agenda in the Southwest. And it was to his credit that he was able to integrate Lagos State into that agenda just about 6 months ago. And I think I want to, I mean, the governor doesn't like people mentioning this, but then I think it deserves some kudos. The governor of Lagos State was, I mean, he actually made provision for him to be flown abroad.
Yes.
Also in conjunction with Ashwa Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Dr. Kaode Fahimi. He was to be flown abroad on Friday night, but he died in the morning of Friday. So he did so much for the Southwest. I mean, he would have been 50 in July. But a lot of the kind of work he carries on his shoulder, you would think is in his 60s.
Exactly.
But something happened in March, and he did a Facebook post where he actually said the wife, the dad, and some friends put so much pressure on him to slow down, and like he said, they forced him to go on like an asylum, quote unquote, to where he was supposed to rest.
Yeah,
because they said he's been working too much. But as fate would have it, like we said earlier, everybody would drop at his
in due course.
So all this, whether I'm saying that, well, if he had gone for treatment on time, if he had done so, I mean, somebody posted on the social media about Buhari that a lot of people have said so many things about the president, about his ill health, but the man is still on, that even while he's ill, he's been able to suspend some powerful people, quote unquote. So I think as a Muslim, we take these things in good stride. Whenever that happens, we see it as an act of God. And I pray that God grant them a peaceful rest.
I believe there's someone on the line. I think we finally lost Mr. Lukman. You know, our apologies. We've come out of, you know, Senator Adeleke and are now looking at the other story of the passing on of Mr. Dipo Famakinwa, Director General of Development Agenda for Western Nigeria, known as DAWN, which was always working at integrating all of the Southwest and you know, just getting it to be as strong as it could be.
I want to believe
commercially.
that Dipo's death is a very, very big loss to the Southwest. Because when he started this idea of integrating the Southwest, I was one of those people that...
All of the states to come together as one.
come together. I said, Dipo, what's your problem? Everybody has got... And the kind of politics we are playing here, you think we can... He said, it is possible. Say, Malam Jaji, let me tell you, if you are a runner, you face forward like this, and you continue to look back, you won't get to your destination, and in the process, you might even fall, you will fail. The way Nigeria is going now, we are shouting for restructuring of this nation. People are thwarting it. Why can't we get our own together? Let's form our own development agenda and forge ahead with it. And
all the states, you know, all the states were
contiguous.
You know, yes, exactly.
You know, you travel from Lagos to Ibadan,
yes, exactly.
And if they see that you are successful, other parts of Nigeria will join you. His ideas were so futuristic that when I heard about it, I just had to, you know, sit down, because Yoruba said, "Tikuba ojugba eni," you know, Owelo shefunyo, and with all his children now, Bisola and the rest, we were having children together.
Yeah, there you go. That's life for you. Okay, we'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, please. We'll be right back for the home stretch. Welcome back. A tough week last week. Unexpected news of the death of prominent people. We started off with Senator Isiaka Adeleke, of blessed memory now, and we've moved on to the Director General of the Development Agenda for Western Nigeria, known as DAWN. The Director General was Dipo Famakinwa, and he has passed on. It was a noble idea. I don't know, that idea, well, this is, where did that idea come from? The whole idea of, because it wasn't especially, it wasn't a government organ per se, or was it?
No.
Because everybody sort of bought into this in the Southwest.
He did a one-year course at Harvard Kennedy Business School. And when he came back, he came to, he's been very close to Dr. Kaudi Fayemi. So in 2010, he mooted that idea that, I was at a meeting where he gave an example. He said, Lagos consumes about 3 billion naira worth of foodstuffs on a daily basis. And that, and I keep referring to that, and that if the southwestern states can bring even 50% of this, in terms of vegetables, animal feed, protein, egg, and stuffs like that, and that's we can regenerate this economy, and that. But then, Lagos was not initially in the agenda of the Dawn Commission. I mean, the development agenda for Western Nigeria. So, he was able to work towards integrating Lagos into it, so that the kind of arrangement that the Lagos state government is doing with Kebbi State could be replicated in the southwestern states.
Among themselves.
Among themselves. So the governor of Lagos State now, Akimiwa, bought into it, and they were making provisions for that. They had a meeting in Ibadan where Lagos was admitted into the program, I think about 6 months or a year ago, thereabouts. Then the next meeting was held in Ekiti State. And you see, the beauty of his idea was such that whether you are in APC or PDP, all the state governments keyed into the agenda, even when Mimiko was governor and even with Fayose, a PDP governor. So they all keyed into it. And the last meeting was held in Ekiti State, where all the governors, including the Lagos State governor, it's, I mean, credit should be given to him for that. But then
he was unrelenting about this vision. Then he believed it could work.
Yeah,
and gave it his all.
And his death should sound a note of caution to all of us who are still young, who are still below 50 or around 50, that we should take very good care of our health. And when those warning signals are coming, we should not just wish them away. Because if these things are addressed on time, I mean, we could save a lot of our own lives. I mean, it's
well, there's the scant information on exactly what happened, and I imagine, well, I haven't heard it publicly said, but what one did learn, and I suppose he's deserving of the respect of confidentiality regarding his health history, was that people felt he worked himself to death, you know, because everywhere you see he was a workaholic. He himself even did a curious, he did an interesting post where he was complaining with people conspiring to ferret him away. With his mother, his
slow him down,
wife. Yes, it was his father who finally persuaded him to yield to the pressure that please take a break. Fanatic. Please take a break.
He was able to watch a full match alone.
You read that post. Somebody recalled that post on social media. We did. Lovely. All these. It's worrying. Maybe it gives us pause. That look, nobody knows exactly. You know that one is reminded of the idea about once you try to live one's life every day as if it is the last, because one day it will indeed be correct. Right now it might be a mistake.
I think the best is give your best in whichever position you find yourself, because when he was expounding on that theory of development agenda, I couldn't buy into it before, because I said, George, what do you mean by restructuring? You know, say if Nigerians don't want restructuring, let us do it at micro level.
Yes.
If they see what you are doing and is successful, other parts too will
could key into it.
It was a fantastic idea, but
Tunde is watching. Yeah, you know, there you go, Mr. Dikwa Famakinwa there. As you said, you mentioned that he was very, very close to Fayemi. I remember he was one of the quote-unquote foot soldiers, as they say, in the quest for Fayemi to those days, back in the day, for Fayemi to become governor. Mr. Tunde from Abeokuta, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling in, sir.
Yeah.
Please.
I want to speak on the death of Mr. Famakinwa. I know him very much. We were together in university. We were colleagues. We studied the same course. We carried the same year. We were in the same postgraduate school, same year at Famakinwa University. He's a workaholic. And he was also a role model to some of us. Before 40 years made it in life, and I'm still shocked about his death. Because early this year, he was in Abeokuta for a meeting of the Dawn Commission with the governors. We spoke together, and he tried to convince me of the need to be part of the dream of the Dawn Commission. But unfortunately, I just heard of his death yesterday, and I was shocked. I couldn't believe my eyes. Indeed. Well, I believe that somebody will also step and take this Dawn Commission to greater heights. He's a workaholic. Indeed. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Thank you. If that's the way God wants it, I just pray that God will give the family fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for calling in. And well, and you know, I said it was a black week last week. Even a Nollywood bright light. Olumide Bakare, he passed on as well. Condolences to all, and You know, it's uncanny, but these things happen, and as you people have been waxing a bit religious, I suppose we have to say we give
Shakespeare.
We thank God.
When the kings die.
Yeah.
What's the finishing? It's because they are who they were.
I think
that's why we are discussing them now.
Yes.
So many people are died between Friday and now. May God give
everybody,
all of them, the necessary protection.
Indeed, our condolences to all those Nigerians, notable Nigerians, and as you point out, many others that didn't come to our notice because of their station. May God rest their souls. Our condolences to the families of, Olumide Bakare, Dipo Famakinwa, and Senator
Sherubawan.
Indeed.
It's just for we couldn't get to the politics of Sherubawan, the meaning of Sherubawan.
Senator Adeleke.
If Buhari had applied the Sherubawan principle, we won't have the kind of nonsense we are having in Nigeria today. But that's for another day.
Yeah, exactly. We said let's leave politics out of it now because of the memory of the dear departed. Thank you very much, Majid, for coming on, and Ahmed Moyosore Jaji, thank you as well. I'm Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.